I stared at the thick envelope in his trembling hand. "Take it, Maya," Mark muttered, looking everywhere but my eyes. "Why are you doing this, Mark?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. "Liam wants you there," he replied softly. "He asked me to drop it off for you today. He dumped me 3 months ago for Chloe. Now he wants me at his engagement party?" I crossed my arms, feeling my chest tighten. "He says he wants everyone to be friends," Mark said, rubbing the back of his neck. "Just take it. I am just the poor messenger here." I snatched the envelope fast. "Tell him I got it. You can go now." Mark nodded and hurried away immediately. I walked back to my desk slowly. My hands shook as I tossed the envelope next to my computer keyboard. "What was that about?" Sam asked, rolling her chair over. "An invitation," I said, staring at the gold lettering. "Liam and Chloe are getting engaged." Sam gasped loudly. "Are you kidding me?" "Rip it up right now. Throw it in the trash." "I should," I whispered back. But I feel frozen. I do not understand why this hurts so much. "Maya, he is totally manipulative. He just wants to flaunt her wealth in your face. Do not let him win," Sam said, grabbing my hand tight. "I know," I sighed deeply. "I just do not understand why he needs to hurt me more. Because his fragile ego is huge," Sam snapped angrily. "Block his number. Do not even think about going." Before I could reply, my desk phone rang loudly. It was Mr. Davis, my boss. "Maya, please step into my office," Mr. Davis said warmly. "Right away, sir," I answered quickly. I walked into his spacious corner office nervously. He smiled and gestured to a chair. "Have a seat." "I have been reviewing your recent project reports," Mr. Davis said. "I hope everything is satisfactory," I said, my heart beating fast. "More than satisfactory." "It is excellent," he replied. "I am offering you the lead position on our account." "Really? Thank you so much, Mr. Davis." I beamed, feeling a sudden rush of hope. "You earned it, Maya. Focus on your future," he smiled. I left his office feeling much lighter. My career was finally taking off. I did not need Liam. Then my cell phone buzzed very loudly. A familiar number flashed on the screen. Liam. I answered it against my better judgment. "Hello?" "Hey, Maya, did Mark give you the invite?" Liam asked, his voice dripping with arrogant pride. "Yes, why did you send it, Liam?" I asked, gripping the phone tightly. "I hope you come, Maya," he said smoothly. "I want us to be friends." Chloe agrees. "You want me to watch you marry the girl you cheated on me with?" I demanded angrily. "Do not be dramatic," Liam sighed. "We just outgrew each other. Chloe and I are moving forward." "I thought you were mature." "Mature?" I laughed bitterly. "You just want an audience. Liam, you want me there to stroke your ego. Look, just show up." "It will prove there are no hard feelings," he said, sounding annoyed. "I am not making any promises," I said coldly. "Just think about it." "I will wait," Liam insisted before hanging up abruptly. I stared at the dark screen of my phone. He wanted me to look pathetic. "Who was that?" Sam asked, walking back over with 2 coffees. "Liam," I muttered, taking a cup. "He told me to come and show I have no hard feelings." "What a jerk," Sam groaned heavily. "Tell me you told him off." "I told him I was not making promises," I said, staring at the invitation again. "Maya, please do not go," Sam pleaded quietly. "It is a trap to humiliate you." "I will not let him win," I said. "I am not going to let him humiliate me ever again," I said softly, feeling a tiny spark of fierce anger ignite in my chest. "Good, focus on the promotion." "Focus on you," Sam smiled, giving me a quick hug. "I will, I promised." I am absolutely done crying today. The next week was an absolute whirlwind of long hours and brand new responsibilities. I threw myself entirely into the new corporate account. "Maya, I need you to meet with our external consultant today," Mr. Davis told me on Tuesday morning. "Who is the consultant?" I asked, grabbing my notepad. "Julian Hayes, he is brilliant." "He will be in conference room B," Mr. Davis replied. I walked into the large room and stopped dead in my tracks. "You must be Maya," the man said, standing up quickly. He had piercing eyes and a very warm, extremely confident smile right then. "I am. It is nice to meet you, Julian," I said, shaking his hand firmly. "Mr. Davis speaks highly of you." "Let us get started," he said, pulling out several detailed blueprints. We worked very closely together for hours. It felt incredibly easy and surprisingly natural to talk with him. "You have a very sharp mind, Maya," Julian said as we finally packed up. "Thank you. I have been trying to focus heavily on work lately," I admitted quietly. Work is good, but do not forget to live, he smiled softly. You deserve someone who sees your total worth, Maya. I felt my cheeks flush. That is very kind of you to say. My sister, Elena, runs a boutique down the street. We should grab lunch tomorrow, Julian offered warmly. I would love that, I said, genuinely smiling for the first time in months. The next day, I met Elena. She was incredibly vibrant and exceptionally kind. Julian has not stopped talking about your ideas. Elena laughed loudly, handing me a menu. He definitely exaggerates, I joked, feeling completely relaxed around them. Later that same afternoon, I ran into an unwelcome face at the corner coffee shop outside. Jessica stared. Maya! Wow, you look so tired, Jessica smirked, holding her designer bag tight. Hello, Jessica. I am just busy with my major promotion, I said calmly. Oh, right, work. Well, Chloe and Liam are so stressed with the engagement party. It is at the Grand Hotel, you know, she bragged. I received the invitation, I replied, keeping my voice perfectly steady. Are you actually going? That would be so awkward for you, Jessica laughed cruelly. Do not worry about my plans, Jessica, I smiled sweetly. Have a great day. I walked away, leaving her standing there totally confused and speechless. I did not care anymore. When I returned to the office, Julian was waiting by my desk. You look like you just won a battle, Julian noted, leaning against the glass partition. I think I finally did, I sighed, setting my coffee down. Good, because I have a serious question, Julian said, his voice turning deep. What is it? I asked, meeting his gaze. Are you free this Saturday night? I would love to take you to dinner, he asked directly. I froze instantly. Saturday night? The exact night of Liam's huge engagement party. Saturday? I repeated, my heart racing. If you are busy, I completely understand, Julian added quickly, looking slightly worried. No, I said, making my choice right then. I am completely free. I would love to go. Perfect. I will pick you up at 7, Julian smiled brightly. After work, I went straight to Elena's clothing boutique. Elena, I have a date. With your brother, I blurted out as I walked in. Elena squealed. Finally. Come here right now. We need to find you the perfect dress. I want to look completely different. I want to feel new, I told her honestly. Elena pulled out a dress. It was a stunning, deep red dress. Try this one. You are beautiful. Maya, it is time you believed it. I slipped it on and looked directly in the mirror. I looked incredibly strong. I looked genuinely happy. It is perfect, I whispered, touching the soft silk fabric with care. He will not be able to take his eyes off you, Elena promised. Saturday arrived quickly. I was not thinking about Liam. I was not crying over Chloe. You look breathtaking, Sam said. Liam is the past, I said. Tonight is about my future. The doorbell rang. I smiled, ready. Julian took me to an elegant rooftop restaurant overlooking the entire glowing city skyline. This place is absolutely incredible. Julian, I said, staring at the beautiful lights. Only the best for you, Maya, he smiled, carefully pulling out my chair. Good evening. My name is Tony. I'm your waiter, the cheerful man said, pouring us water. Thank you. Tony, we will start with a bottle of champagne, Julian ordered smoothly. Right away, sir, Tony grinned, walking off quickly. Champagne? I asked, raising an eyebrow at him. What are we celebrating tonight? New beginnings, Julian said, clinking his glass gently. Meanwhile, across town at the Grand Hotel, things were not going as planned. I knew this because earlier that day my phone had rung with an unexpected caller. Hello? I had answered, deeply confused by the totally unknown number. Maya, it is Mrs. Carter, Liam's mother, the shaky voice said. Mrs. Carter? Is everything okay? I had asked, genuinely shocked. No, she sobbed loudly. Chloe is completely awful. She screams at the staff continuously. She treats Liam like garbage. I miss you, Maya. He made a huge mistake. I am sorry, Mrs. Carter, but that is not my problem anymore. I had replied gently but firmly. Back in the present, Julian reached across the small table and took my hand lovingly. You seem far away. Are you okay? Julian asked, his thumb tracing my knuckles softly. I am better than okay. I am happy, I smiled, looking into his eyes. Here is your champagne, Tony announced loudly, expertly pouring the bubbly drinks before leaving us completely alone again. We talked and laughed for hours. I felt completely cherished. At that exact moment, Liam was likely staring at the empty chair he saved for me. I could imagine him sitting there. He was probably at the hotel bar, drinking heavily. "Leo, pour me another one," Liam would demand to the bartender. "Are you sure, man?" "You have had a lot," Leo would warn him calmly. "Just pour it." Liam would snap violently, watching Chloe flirt with other men across the room. But I did not have to imagine it for long, because my phone suddenly buzzed on the table. I looked down quickly. Liam's name flashed brightly on the screen. I froze. He was calling me in the middle of his own engagement party. "Is everything all right?" Julian asked me softly. He had noticed my sudden tension. "It is my ex." "Liam," I whispered, staring at the vibrating phone. "Do you want to answer it?" Julian asked gently, giving me a choice. I do not know what to say to him, I admitted honestly, my heart pounding loudly against my ribs. Julian carefully reached out and picked up my phone. "May I?" I nodded slowly. Julian swiped the screen and put it on speaker. "Maya? Maya, please tell me you are outside," Liam's slurred, desperate voice echoed from the phone. "I need you here. Chloe is an absolute nightmare right now." "I made a huge mistake, Maya," Liam begged loudly. I stayed completely silent, letting his pathetic words hang in the air. "Maya, talk to me!" "I saved a chair for you," Liam yelled over the loud party music. Julian leaned closer to the phone, his voice calm and deeply powerful. "She is not coming, Liam," Julian said directly into the receiver. There was a stunned silence on the other end. "Who is this? Where is Maya?" Liam demanded angrily. "She is busy being treated right," Julian replied smoothly. "Do not ever call her again." Julian pressed the red button immediately. Ending the call instantly, he slid the phone back across the table to me. "Sorry if I overstepped," Julian said, looking slightly concerned. A massive wave of peace washed over my entire body. I exhaled a breath I did not know I was holding. "You did not overstep," I smiled. Feeling tears of pure joy prick my eyes, I told him, "You were absolutely perfect." Liam had gotten his painful karma. His new life was a trap he built himself. I got my justice without seeking revenge. Living beautifully was the best revenge. "We are celebrating new beginnings," I replied, smiling, finally totally free.